morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Nepali Congress decides to coordinate with parties on election. Decisions taken in order to make the party strong and wide. Government approves the grant for the feasibility study of Trans-Border Railway Technical Cooperation Agreement proposed by China. Janakpur-Jayanagar Railway to come into operation from Sunday. Prime Minister Deuba and Modi to inaugurate the service from Delhi, India. Gunman kills at least 5 people in Israel. German government warns against spiral of violence during holidays. And Aussie cricketers test COVID-19 positive in Pakistan tour. All the players must isolate for 5 days now. And now the news in detail. The Nepali Congress has decided to coordinate with the parties in the upcoming local elections. A meeting of the Central Working Committee of the Nepali Congress held on Tuesday has decided to coordinate with the coalition parties on the basis of local conditions and need in the local level election to be held on May 13. Giving information about the decision of the meeting, spokesperson Prakash Saran Mahat said that the policy decision to coordinate with the coalition parties was made unanimously to make the Congress stronger and wider.
निर्वाचनमा बहुसंख्यक स्थानीय तहमा नेपाली कांग्रेस विजय हुने बलियो परिस्थिति र आधार बनेको अवस्थालाई अझ सबल र व्यापक बनाउन स्थानीय अवस्था र आवश्यकता अनुरूप गठबन्धनमा रहेका अन्य दलसँग तालमेल गर्न सक्ने नीतिगत निर्णय यो बैठक गर्दछ.
Spokesperson Mahat informed that the party would set up a mechanism from the center to the local level to implement the policy decision in coordination with the parties. The government has decided to approve the grant assistance and the technical assistance related to the feasibility study of Trans-Border Railway to be received under the Economic and Technical Cooperation Agreement proposed by the Government of the People's Republic of China. A report. Government spokesperson and Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Gyanendra Bahadur Karki, informed the media about this during a news conference organized yesterday at the meeting while making public the decisions made by the meeting of the Council of Ministers on March 28. Minister Karki said the cabinet meeting decided to extend by 2 years the term of the implementation agreement concerning oil and natural gas resource survey in Nepal. It decided to approve the letter of intent related to zero customs and quota-free facility between Nepal and China, as well as the agreement regarding feasibility of grid connection between the two countries.
दोहामा 2022 मार्च 26-27 मा सम्पन्न हुने दुआ फोरमको 20औं संस्करणको सम्मेलनमा सहभागी हुन राष्ट्रिय योजना आयोगका उपाध्यक्ष डाक्टर विश्वनाथ पौडेलको नेतृत्वको टोलीको भ्रमणमा समर्थन गर्ने, अख्तियार दुरुपयोग अनुसन्धान आयोगका सचिव श्री तोयम रायको मिति 2078-12-18 देखि 2078-12-27 सम्मको भारत भ्रमण स्वीकृत गर्ने.
According to the government spokesperson, the meeting decided to declare the Tilaura Kot Kapilvastu area as a protected monument zone. It approved the visit of a team led by National Planning Commission NPC Vice Chair Dr. Vishwanath Paudel that participated in the 20th edition of the Doha Forum Conference held on March 26 and 27 in Doha, Qatar. It approved the India visit of Toyam Raya, the Secretary at the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority from April 1 to 10. The cabinet meeting was given temporary approval to the Chitwan Engineering Campus, Rampur, for running classes of a new course program in Bachelor of Architecture, which intake for 24 students. The Janakpur-Jayanagar railway services is set to come into operation from Sunday. The railway service will come into operation after Prime Minister of Nepal Sher Bahadur Deuba and the Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi jointly inaugurate the railway service from Delhi, India. According to Niranjan Jha, General Manager of Nepal Railway Company, the government bought 2 trains from India 17 months ago to run on the Jayanagar-Kurta 34.9 km section at a cost of Rs 840 million without the necessary preparations. The Government of India has constructed the link of 68 km railway at a cost of Rs 8.77 billion. The technical testing of the railway was conducted in February to ensure regular railway operation without any disruption. The train was operated once a day on Kurta Jayanagar sector on a regular basis as a dry run without any passengers. After that, the train was parked in Inarwa of Janakandani village of Thanusa from the mid-February, according to Jha. The train has a capacity of carrying 1,300 passengers in AC and general compartments. It is said that 12 Indian employees will come after the official inauguration of the railway. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The number of active cases of COVID-19 dropped to 1,254 yesterday as 15 people tested positive for the infection in past 24 hours. So far, a total of 978,347 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 928,536 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 60 countries that have been affected by the coronavirus. USA tops the list with 81.65 million cases, followed by India with 43.02 confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 482.82 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.15 million lives. Now the people are supporting that the youth should lead the new political scenario. On the other hand, there are complaints regarding the youth not being able to reach the higher position in politics. A report. During the meeting and protest, the political cadres are seen in front line rather than the political leaders. There are many examples of the youth that they are blindly following the leaders without having any knowledge about the politics. And these youth reluctantly try to cover all the wrong deeds of the leaders. As the local election is nearing, the political parties are busy organizing different meetings and gathering in order to garner public votes, and the youths are used while also being neglected. Nepal has a huge percentage of youth population, hence a lot of youth-related issues are there. Youth are facing betrayal in all the sectors of Nepal.
तमाम समस्याहरू भोगिरहेका छन् र नेपालका पोलिटिकल पार्टीहरूले खास गरी जुन यो चुनावी प्रक्रियामा जो जाँदैछन् त्यो जाने सन्दर्भमा युवाका सवाललाई ठिक ढङ्गले उनीहरूको घोषणापत्रमा राख्न सक्यो भने भोलि उनीहरू जितेर सत्तामा आउँदै गर्दाखेरि ती मुद्दाहरू सम्बोधन गर्नका लागि सजिलो हुन्छ भन्ने उद्देश्यले हामीले खास गरी मुख्य पोलिटिकल पार्टीका नेताहरूलाई यो युवाका सवालहरू के छन् र यसलाई कसरी सम्बोधन गर्न सकिन्छ र ती सम्बोधन हुँदाखेरि नेपाली समाजमा कस्तो प्रकृतिको प्रभाव पर्छ भन्ने उद्देश्य राखेर युवाका क्षेत्रमा काम गर्ने सङ्घ सङ्गठनहरू युवाहरूलाई चाहिँ एकै ठाउँमा प्लेटफर्म ल्याएर हामी एउटा घोषणापत्र अथवा भने एउटा पेपर तयार गर्दैछौँ।
Inadequate knowledge of politics is bearing the youth to reach in political leadership. Due to lack of opportunity in the country, the youth are forced to go overseas. Our country has around 40% youths and their votes play important role. It is very important to have knowledge of election in modern times, so the youths should be well educated about politics and election system. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Russia and Ukraine have traded accusations about the naval mines that have been set adrift in the Black Sea. The Russian military has alleged that the Ukrainian military had used old naval mines to protect the coast against a Russian landing, and some of them have been ripped off their anchors by a storm and left adrift. Russian Colonel General Mikhail Mizentev's reaffirmed that on Tuesday the threat of Ukrainian mines drifting along the coastline of Black Sea state remains. The Ukrainian Foreign Ministry responded in a statement accusing Russia of using Ukrainian mines it seized after the 2014 annexation of Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula and setting them adrift to discredit Ukraine before international partners. The conflicting claims by Russia and Ukraine could not be independently verified. A gunman has killed at least 5 people in Bnei Bank, an ultra-Orthodox suburb of the Israeli city Tel Aviv, before being fatally shot. A report. Unfortunately, have to note that 5 people have died. Eli Bain, the head of the Megan David Adam emergency responder, said. Another person suffered life-threatening injuries, according to a spokesperson for the Jaka Rescue Service. Police stated in a statement that a man armed with an assault rifle had opened fire on passengers in 2 different locations in Bnei Brak and Tel Aviv's east. He was shot by officers at the scene. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said the country is gripped by a wave of murderous Arab terrorism and called an emergency meeting of top security officials. The attack is the latest in the series of incidents that have raised security concerns in Israel. It came 2 days after a shooting in the city of Hadera that left 2 police officers dead, and a week after a stabbing in the southern city of Bir al-Seb, in which 4 people were killed. ISIL claimed responsibility for both attacks in the past week, in which the assailants were killed. Authorities on Tuesday said Israeli security forces had raided the homes of at least 12 Palestinian citizens of Israel and arrested 2 suspected of having ties to ISIL as part of a security crackdown sparked by the recent attacks. Hours before the raid, Bennett had said the recent assaults inside Israel marked a new situation that required step-up security measures. The attack came in advance of the holy month of Ramadan, during which tensions between Israeli police and Palestinian protesters have boiled over in recent years, and Israeli security forces conducted several raids on the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. Last year, clashes expanded into the 11-day war in Gaza between Israel and Hamas, which has been running the busiest trip since 2007. The German government warned against a spiral of violence during holidays to calm for Jews, Muslims, and Christians following Tuesday's attack. All those who have responsibilities and influence must clearly condemn these acts of violence in order to avoid a new escalation of violence, a German Foreign Ministry spokesperson said in a statement. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Nepal's opener Kushal Bhurtel has equaled world record in T20 format of cricket. Bhurtel achieved the feat during Nepal's triangular T20 series match against Papua New Guinea on Monday, although he was dismissed for just 20 runs during the match. He equaled the record of scoring the fastest T20I 500 runs during the match after hitting the first 2 runs. Bhurtel reached the 500 runs milestone in 12 innings, an accomplishment which has been achieved only by England's left-handed batsman David Malan in Afghanistan's Hazatullah Jazai. Both of them achieved the milestone in 12 innings. Bhurtel achieved something that even renowned players like India's opener Lokesh Rahul, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, West Indies' great Chris Gayle, Pakistan's Babar Azam, and Australia's Glenn Maxwell failed to achieve. India's Rahul achieved the feat in 13 innings. He is the second in the list of players to achieve the milestone of 500 runs in T20I. Likewise, Australia's captain Aaron Finch and Pakistan's Babar achieved the milestone in 15 innings each, while Virat Kohli reached 500 runs mark in 16 innings and Yuvraj Singh in 17 innings. Purtel had made his debut in T20s against the Netherlands last year. He also became the first player in the world to score half centuries in T20 series in the first 3 matches. Australian cricketers Josh Inglis and Ashton Agar have tested positive for COVID-19 in Pakistan ahead of 4 white balls international in Lahore over the next week, Reuters reported a report. According to the news agency, this has left the tourist facing a potential player shortage. Wicketkeeper Inglis tested positive on Monday, while spinner Ashton Agar and team's physio Brendan Wilson failed test on Tuesday. All other players and staff tested negative, Reuters reported, citing Cricket Australia. According to the news agency, all 3 must isolate for 5 days, effectively ruling the players out of the one-day matches on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. The sole 2020 international follows next Tuesday. Matthew Renshaw has been called up for battling cover over, but he must isolate for 3 days once he gets to Pakistan. Mitch Marsh is also unavailable for Tuesday's opening one-dayer because of his hip injury, leaving Australia with only 13 players available for the contest of Gaddafi Stadium. All-rounder Marsh injured his left hip flexor in training, but scans revealed a low-grade issue, and CA said it was hoped he might still play a part in the rest of the tour. Test captain Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Josh Hazlewood, Ken Richardson, Glenn Maxwell will be absent from the white ball leg of the tour for various reasons, Reuters reported. Australia won the 3-test series 1-0. Bruno Fernandes scored twice as Portugal sealed their place in the 6th consecutive World Cup finals with a 2-0 win over North Macedonia in Porto. Fernandes ended the visitors' resistance in a 32nd minute opener after being played in by a net bit of skill from Cristiano Ronaldo. From that moment on, there was little danger for the North Macedonians, repeating the heroics that saw them dump Italy out of the playoffs with a dramatic late winner in Palermo last week. Fernandes sealed his side's passage to Qatar in the 65th minute when he finished off a lightning counter attack by stroking the ball past keeper. Meanwhile, Poland joined Portugal in Qatar after securing a similarly straightforward 2-0 win over Sweden. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Nepali Congress decides to coordinate with parties in election, decisions taken in order to make the party strong and wide. Government approves the grant for the feasibility study of Trans-Border Railway, technical cooperation agreement proposed by China. Janakpur-Jayanagar Railway to come into operation from Sunday, Prime Minister Deuba and Modi to inaugurate the service from Delhi, India. Gunman kills at least 5 people in Israel. German government warns against spiral of violence during holidays. And Aussie cricketers test COVID-19 positive in Pakistan tour. All the players must isolate for 5 days now. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.